Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Greetings, everyone. It's Yate the Barber Stylist, and we're preparing to do a follow-up. Had to get my cameras right, y'all. How's everyone? It's Yate the Barber Stylist, and we are here to do our
Third
2-month
Yeah.
follow-up on the starter lock install. All right. So, of course, y'all know me. This is Diane, who has been on her lock journey for, I'm going to be specific, 8 weeks and 5 days. She's been on that long. So, we're doing this series. Thank you to those of you who are tuning in. Greatly appreciate ya. Welcome, safe within you. Appreciate you joining. Hey, Anita, thank you for tuning in. We are doing a 12-month journey with Miss Diane for her lock journey. I installed them a few months ago. We're actually using the Locked and Loaded journey journal. This is a 12-month journey journal. We're utilizing that. It is a gift from my girlfriend who is a loctician. She has been for some years. She's a natural hair braider or a hair braider. She's been doing it for quite some time. Mrs. Butler. She's married now, Mrs. Thomas. She's in Germany, and we're utilizing her book as a way to document this process. And since we were utilizing that, I said, you know what? Let's go live and get those who are interested in starting locks, who are in the process with their locks, or who's gone through the process, and just share our thoughts, share our experience with this. Many of you know I am a new barber stylist in the game. I'm still under 5 years, so I'm still considered a newbie. However, I've been around the hair industry since before I was born. My mother was a licensed cosmetologist prior to her passing, so I'm very, very familiar with the industry. I grew up in it. I'm a shop baby, if you want to say that. So, yeah, but I'm just not coming back around to it. If you want to know more about that story, get my book, A Heritage of Hair. It's in the link. Click on the link. It'll take you right to the book. So if you want to know more about my story and how life put me back on this course, having a second chance at my first love, this is it. 178 pages totals, over 120 colored pictures. I chose colored pictures because when you're taking pictures of pictures that are old, and you got pictures that been stuck on top of the other picture, yeah. I just wanted it to look really nice. And how the pictures are placed within the story, it gives you insight. It really puts you there in the story. It's also a story about hair history. So as I go through my beginnings with hair up to now, I also take you through hair history, because I had some styles many of you probably don't think I had, but I had them. Check it out. Pictures in there as well. But nonetheless, we're going to get started with this. And as usual, I want to be intentional about this conversation. So I have some things that I want to touch on. And I'm going to share a discovery that I made as it relates to her hair, and we'll share that. But right now we're going to find out what Miss Diane has been experiencing with this journey, and kind of check in and see where she is, how she feels about it, what she thinks, and I'll share how I feel, what I think, some discoveries that I've made, and some, learning curve, or some may say error, some may mistake, but because I'm the stylist and I understand how to handle it, I could deal with it. But I share that with you too. So, all right, Miss Diane, take it away. What we got? What we got?
Yes.
How it been? How it feeling?
I've been good. I've been away in New York for like 2 weeks.
Oh, you got to tell us about that experience too.
Yes, that was an interesting experience because I went home. My mom is sick, as you know, so it's been definitely a transition for sure. But my hair was really frizzy, which you did tell me that was going to happen, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like the frizziness. I'll be honest. However, I'm taking it with strides because I just part of the process. You know, it is what it is. And plus New York was really cold, like
so the temperature was different.
Yes,
the environment in terms of the weather was different. So I think that's why you got a lot more frizziness than you would have normally gotten here.
Absolutely.
Because the weather is different.
Yes, because how my hair looks now, which only been back maybe 4 or 5 days, it's not been as frizzy as it was when I was in New York.
Okay.
And now technically their hair is older, so you would think it would be more frizzy or look whatever. But so yeah, and then also because it was colder, you know, I had my winter coat there, so you know, I have to put my hat on. So I had to make sure I had my head tie to tie my hair first to protect it, to then put something over it. So I had to put more. I have to think through more things there versus here, whereas typically, even if it's cold, it's not cold enough to put a hoodie on, or it's not cold enough to put a hat on.
Right.
And I still have to, you know, get the right hat for locks, you know, to make sure the texture, like make sure it's like silk inside of the hat. So these were things I was thinking about. So I had to put more thought into it.
So you brought up a point. So depending on where you live in terms of the weather and taking care of your hair makes a difference. So in colder climates, you have to cover your hair, because if you don't, or cover your head, if you don't, it can cause some serious problems because the temperature is so low, or it's so cold, or it might be snowing, it might be raining, or you might have a combination of both.
It was like 15 degrees, like between 15 and 20. Between like 2 3 days, which for me is normal. I'm from New York. However, being prepared with your hair, like I like so in the past, it's like, okay, just throw a hat on, whatever, I'll fix with mine, because normally I'll have a bun. So, you know, put my hat on, and then I'll go and fix it, put some gel on, call it a day. But now with my locks, I had to make sure it was prepared, and then even if I had to throw a hat on, you know, say above it, my hair had to
was
be protected.
Gotcha.
So I had to really put some effort and thought into that. So,
so being up north, you had to put some thought into how you was gonna care and maintain your hair, which brings me to I have not examined it yet. We haven't gotten into the process of where we're preparing to do her retwist. So I will take pictures. You know, I do video footage, and I'll put it up in stories, and eventually it'll get on the timeline. But nonetheless, what you see is her coming back. Like she said, she's only been back 5 days.
Yeah.
So this is what her hair looks like. I do visibly notice a lot of frizziness. And as she said, she realized she had more because of the weather there versus here. And if you look back at the videos that we had or we put up, you can tell the difference. Because she was here for a month before she actually went to New York. So for the first month that she had them installed, to come to the first initial retwist, it didn't look like this.
No.
So I will get a picture, and I'm going to post it up so y'all will be able to see it. So now that she's back, she's been gone. You went to New York like that week. So we retwisted you, I think that Monday, you left Friday.
Yeah.
So you just got back. So she's been gone a good portion of the time up there. Yeah. So that's another testament of weather element and how we take care of our hair depending on where we live. Yeah.
Because the frizz did happen shortly after, like more so shortly after I touched down in New York.
Okay. Great. Hey, thank you, Soleil, for joining. Greatly appreciate it. So those of you who are just tuning in, we're on the 2-month journey to being locked for 12 months, well, we're going through it for 12 months.
Yeah.
One, because we're using the Locked and Loaded Journey Journal to document the process, and we just decided every time we get a retwist, let's go live and discuss it. So this is a real organic conversation about her journey and my experience with her. Now, I've started other locks on individuals. I've done comb coils to start locks and 2-strand twists to start locks, and she's actually my second client that I've done 2-strand twist on. The rest have been traditional comb coils that I've started their locks with. And as a matter of fact, the gentleman that I started his locks with 2-strand twists back in June, he just got a retighten last weekend, Saturday, and his locks are completely solid, and you cannot see the 2-strand twist after 8 months. And her texture is similar to his. Hers is just a little bit softer. So I told her she can be looking at around the same time frame-ish, give or take a month or two, that she may see where they've become solid and the 2 strands have completely disappeared. Which brings me to talking about the 2 strands. I'm going to sit this down because I don't know why I like talking with my hands. But anyway, I don't want to be too distracted with that. So this is what I discovered with 2-strand twists. I'm left-handed, so it's also a challenge for me, especially when I am monitoring or watching others or learning different techniques, because the world is predominantly right-handed. The world is set up for right-handed folks. So I'm left-handed, so it's a challenge for me to try to switch everything in my little brain. But I bring that up because naturally when I do 2-strand twists, I twist counterclockwise. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with palm rolling and how locks are maintained or even, are started in some instances, when they comb coil, they tend to go clockwise. That's the tradition, to go clockwise. So if the individual wanted to go somewhere else, then everybody is on the same page. But for me, when I started her locks with 2-strand twists, what Yate did is I started them counterclockwise. So I realized that when I did the first retwist or retighten, whatever you want to call it, on her. But because I am the loctician and I understand what I did, I was able to still groom and guide her locks along so that she still has them growing and maturing in the direction that we need them to grow in. But I wanted to bring that up because that was a discovery that I made as a left-handed stylist. I started her locks counterclockwise using 2-strand twists. So what I have been doing, because that's a norm for me to 2-strand twist counterclockwise. It's a norm. So I am training myself specifically for locks for individuals who want to get their locks done utilizing 2-strand twists to do clockwise, so that I learn to do it in my mind in the opposite direction. So when I go to palm roll, I'm rolling clockwise and not unraveling going counterclockwise. So that's a discovery that I made in utilizing 2-strand twists, and we've made the adjustment, and I'm further making the adjustment to learn how to do it counterclockwise when I have clients or individuals who desire to start their locks with 2-strand twists. So that's a discovery that I made, and I shared it with her, and she's like, well, it don't matter to me because I'm still covered anyway.
Yeah, and also I think, so I was doing 2-strand twists for so long with you first, that my hair is just used to that anyway.
Yeah. So that's actually how she got a feel for her locks. And she had told me months before, I think I'm going to do this. And I say, have you decided what method you want to use? and she did a research, and she was like, you know what, Yate, I think I'm gonna do 2-strand twists. And I actually agreed with her because of the softness of her texture, and then I wanted her to, because her hair was trained, I was like, I think this would be best for you anyway, because this is what you've been doing. So your hair is conditioned to do that. So yeah, that's how we started that. I twist, hold on, let me get some of these comments. My hair was super soft. I learned how to let go and trust the process. Your hair looks well. Thank you. I appreciate that. She also says, I twist counterclockwise. It holds the twist tighter from the root and gives the twist a different look from twisting to the right. I always palm roll to the right though. See, okay, so I thought I was the only one.
Okay.
And I have taught myself in the time that I've been working on twisting counterclockwise how to get it to hold and keep that definition as well. So what I do, I actually, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that do it, but I twist the individual strands as I twist them together too. So it's almost like I'm double or even triple twisting them to get that hold. But I thought I was the only one that did it. So I wanted to bring that discovery to our audience so that they know, hey, this is something that I found out, and this is what I've done to make the adjustments to ensure that we're still on track to guiding her locks along and making sure that everything is coming along within this journey of hers. Yeah.
And I'll say,
so thank you.
I'll say the other thing real quick, because speaking of the time when I was doing my 2-strand twist, I loved it so much that if I didn't know about the parting, I would be like, okay, so we're not taking this out, let's just lock it.
Right.
Until you told me, no, that's not the way it goes. You gotta actually have a grid or all these other stuff. Right. Because otherwise, I've been like, girl, let's do it.
Yeah. Now, to your point there, that's how we get free form. Some individuals may not want the grid look. They may not want them what we call manicured. They want them to flow free and be in different sizes, or the parting is organic. Whereas I provided you with that information. So this would be organic. And the reason why I did your 2-strand organic, because of the texture and the softness of your hair, to get the full look while we were doing the 2 strands. But when you said locks, that's when I went in to explain, okay, well, you got this type of lock where the grid is, is not so much of a grid. And then there is a grid where you have them where they actually sit on top of each other, or you have brick layer where they fall in between each other, which gives it a fuller look. And there are also different partings. So again, she wanted the fullness, so we went with the brick layer. And because her hair is soft, and it's not as dense as, say, mine, we went with a slightly bigger parting section. So as they grow and mature, she'll have the width on them, the foundation to support them, as well as they'll look fuller because they're in the brick layer forming pattern. Now, I don't know a whole lot about it because I'm newly into the industry from a stylist perspective. However, I have a lot of mentors that have been in the business and been in the game a lot longer, and all I do is just say, hey, I got a question, or I have a problem, and I pick up the phone. Or I DM or I text and get my answers. And I convey that to my clients as well, because I want them to know I don't know everything, but I do know how to go get the answers to find out everything. So thank you. Yes, that provides a great hold as well. Thank you for sharing. No problem. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. I just want to acknowledge everybody that's on. Hey, Crazy Hazy, thank you for joining. Greatly appreciate it. And thank you to those of you who've tuned in to this broadcast. Once again, we're at 2 months on the Starter Lock journey for Diane. She started her locks with 2-strand twists. she wanted to ensure that they were full, so we chose the bricklayer method for her, and we're preparing to do maintenance number 2 on her. So we want to hop on real quick to kind of share that. And as we prepare to close out this discussion, I have a few more things that I want to ask her as it relates to following along in this locked and loaded 12-month journey journal, because it's actually a great tool to reflect, to think about this process as well. And I know this young lady. She has been styling hair for quite some time. So it's a privilege for me to not only have that connection with Mrs. Thomas, but also know the person who put this together, and also understand why she put it together as well. So with that, she did say she's seeing frizziness, and if you can see the somewhat of the frizziness. May I?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You can see a little bit of the frizziness here. You can see it. And she said she noticed a lot of it from change in environments or change in the weather. So the first time she didn't have as much, that's because she was here. But she went to New York shortly after she had a retwist done, and this is the result of it, because she's only been back about 5 days. So she is seeing frizziness. Are you seeing growth?
Yeah, it's a lot of growth. I see it. I'm like, whoa, it actually feels like weeds.
It's growing.
It's growing. Yeah, I love
so it lends to your personality of being carefree with your hair. I'm gonna say she don't like to take care of it, because she do. If she didn't like to take care of it, she wouldn't be on the regimen. She wouldn't come to see me as she does. So it's not that she doesn't care, because she cares. She just is not a hair person where she does her hair. She gets it done.
I'm gonna say, I add this. I take care of my hair by selecting good people to take care of my hair.
Okay. Well, I thank you. Yes. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So she is seeing frizziness. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing the frizziness.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's more now because of the climate change than it was before. So we'll take care of that with the retwist and make sure all of her strands that are finding their way gets guided around the lock that they're part of.
And I'll say this, my concern is not even more so the top, but it'd be the end.
The end?
The ends be concerning me. I'm like, my hair can unravel really quick. I'm like, you better keep it together. We're trying to lock you.
Keep it together. We're trying to lock. So I'm going to take care of all of that for her. So we'll continue to document this process. So we're seeing frizziness. She's seeing growth. Are you trusting the process?
Oh yeah, I'm trusting the process. So once I saw some frizz, I'm not gonna lie, I started panicking, because I can be a perfectionist and I like it to be certain ways. But then I just remember, I'm gonna come to you and you're gonna fix it. So I'll be fine. So that's kind of why I kept telling myself, relax. She did warn me there's gonna be some frizziness. Nothing is unraveling. Keep doing what you're doing, which is essentially all I did was spray my hair with water. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't oil it, but
we're gonna take care of that too today.
I kept the hair, and then I was like, okay, when I get back to South Carolina, it'll be fine. She'll fix it. That's what y'all say. Fix it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I know that had to be a big challenge for you, because yeah. But I'm grateful to have me being new in the industry, to have my clients trust me the way that they do. It's a blessing, it's a privilege, and it's an honor, one that I don't take lightly. So I'm trying not to be emotional about it, but it really it means a lot. It speaks to me coming into this industry at the time that I'm in it. I've been in a lot of different career fields. Once again, if you want to know how I got back, read the book. I tend to be a very private person, but this shares all the tea, everything. In saying that, um, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be in this industry at this time with the experiences that I have and have had over the years, because I'm able to communicate that. I'm able to transfer that. I'm able to bring all that I have to my clients. And I'm getting a second chance at my first love. So it means a lot to me. And I'm grateful for it. So with that, I'm trusting this process too, because it is a process for me as well. Are you enjoying the process?
I am enjoying the process.
Okay.
I'm so looking for, like, every time, like, although I'll have my moments, I just remember like this is why, that's part of the reason why I'm doing it. It's because it's also challenging me to be imperfect but perfect at the same time. Like, you're perfectly who you are, and you don't have to show up a certain way, and how you're showing up is fine. So it's a lot of it's definitely
that's deep.
Yeah,
that's deep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, because I do come from a family and a place where, like, you have to, like, look a certain way, be a certain way, and I think to a degree it helps me a lot, because a lot of it is just integrity. You make sure you show, come outside with a certain head on your shoulders, presentation. Yes, I think in this stage my locks are allowing me to really show up freely.
Wow.
And so I'm looking forward
her
to that.
locks are allowing her to show up freely.
Yeah.
And to me, that's really the motto of what I believe: embracing our natural hair and celebrating our real roots, because it allows us to be who we are, because we were created this way, we were born this way. Two things that was known, that we were going to be black and have natural hair. Even the sex wouldn't be determined until much later. But coming from the parents that we came from, they knew, hey, they were going to be black, and they was going to have some form of textured hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in that's beautiful. It allows you to show up and be free to be who you are.
Yeah. And I'll add another thing. So what prompted me to officially start my locks was I'll say the whispers of my mom's illness. Like, we still didn't know at that time exactly what was going to be happening, but something in my spirit said, there's definitely more layers, but something said you need to be prepared to support your mother and plus your other family, and also your other family members, in a way that allows you to be more carefree. And the last 2 weeks I was in New York, one has been the most difficult 2 weeks of my life. Not worrying about not worrying about to do my hair or how it looked outside the fridge, which was like whatever. There was bigger fish to fry. It was like, okay, right. Sorry, we gotta go.
Gotcha.
But I needed my hair locked these last 2 weeks. Doing my hair.
So having your hair locked in this process allowed you to have a level of freedom and still go and do what you needed to do with confidence.
Yeah.
And knowing that even though you had a little frizziness, I just gonna take care of it, but I could still go and feel confident in my doings and beings.
Absolutely.
As you was taking care of business for your mom and your family.
Yeah,
for that matter. Yeah,
because the frizz was part of the process.
Yeah. And it is. Many people don't think that, and they want it to be just so. Yeah. But that's part of the locks finding their way. Yeah. They're finding their way, and eventually over time they'll become solid and dense.
Yeah. Because in that moment it was like, no, you can't do nothing about it because you messed something up. So they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. But otherwise, if my hair wasn't locked, I would have went and put some gel, slick it down,
try to get it together, pull it together.
And I didn't have time for that.
She say that's good, showing up freely. That's beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. So we've answered the frizziness, got the growth. She's trusting the process. Yeah. She's enjoying the process. Yeah. And to ask, for me, I'm trusting the process And I'm enjoying this process too, because doing this live is taking it to a whole nother level for us, because we do come on, the conversation is organic. Most time when she come in, we're trying to catch up, so we're not even talking about hair.
Yeah.
And because she's had this experience where she's had to go to New York to take care of some things that are important to herself and her family, but more importantly is the care and attention for her mother. So we're both catching up on that. So when we come before this camera, it's organic. It's like, okay, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I want to share that I discovered last time, I said I'll wait till we get on camera to share it this time, was about the 2-strand twist and me being left-handed doing counterclockwise. When palm rolling, we palm roll clockwise, and how I'm counteracting that is learning to twist with the same consistency and I don't want to say tightness, but the consistency of twisting counterclockwise, twisting clockwise to start my clients' locks with 2-strand twists. That's a goal of mine, because I want this same look. It'll make it a lot easier when I'm doing the retwist to palm roll if it's already in that direction. But even if I forget, I still know how to go in and make it right and make it do what it do. So with that, patience and commitment, your thoughts on it giving you more patience and your commitment to the process. What comes to mind when we think of patience and commitment as it relates to your lock journey?
Yeah, I think that patience is definitely I'm definitely working on that. And I think the locks is helping me with that, because I'm looking forward to seeing it mature, especially whenever you show me your clients who's like 6 months, 8 months. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to get there. But I'm here now, so definitely the patience is. Okay. I'm learning that, but the commitment, I'm here.
Yeah. She kind of been pre-committed before the actual real commitment.
Yeah.
With starting, the 2-strand twist process. Any reflections or anything else you would like to share with our audience before we get going on doing her retwist, because we got to get busy.
I think the reflections is, for me, I guess the word commitment. So I guess I'm committed to the lock process for sure, and I think it also makes me think of learning to be committed to myself. Oh. Right? I'm one of those people that serve everyone first. I think about everyone's opinions first. Mm-hmm. So my commitment to my lock journey has been helping me commit to myself, actually. Wow. Because one, I'm the first person in my family to lock, and it's different for them. That's, and there were some comments that, my old me would have been crushed by, that would have been, would have felt some kind of way. And I just laughed. Like, in my spirit, it was like, you're in a different phase than I'm in. I know why I did this. I'm looking forward to this. And you can't crush my spirit. And that's taking... So I'll say that's the reflection of, like, this process is helping me
to actually, what I'm hearing, this process, the commitment to this process is making you more committed to yourself, which is ultimately allowing you to be a little bit bolder and I don't want to say protecting your space per se, but protecting your emotions as it relates to your decision for doing this.
Absolutely.
That's big. I wouldn't have never thought of that. Yeah. Yet at the same time, when we think about how our hair is viewed and seen politically, so that political view and how it's been for centuries, how it has trickled down into our families. And depending on the culture, she's Haitian. Mm-hmm. Even within the African-American community, whether you're African-American, or of African descent and you've come here, it's still some of the same things as it relates to our natural hair. So to have this lock process give you the commitment to yourself in this journey, and to be bold enough to say, you know what, I'm okay with this process. Because not only is it changing me externally, but internally as well. It's giving you the boldness to say, hey, you know what, this is my decision.
Yeah.
And that's big, especially when it's within your immediate family or your close friends and people that you know and trust. You know, it's like you going against the grain here. And it's okay to go against the grain when it's for your betterment, when it's for your growth. And this is what it's all about. I'm so glad that we're having this conversation. I feel like it's bringing out more than either one of us expected to kind of do this. And I'm so proud of you because she's not a camera person, but she's going through this process with me. And I'm grateful to have been able to create a safe space for her, because I'm very protective. I'm very, very protective.
I appreciate it.
So this just also lends to our relationship. And to me, it's more than just hair. It is about the relationships. It is about my commitment, not only to my craft, enhancing my skills so that I can be better at what I do, but not only be better at what I do, but provide the best service that I can to my clients. So, I don't have nothing else to say, y'all. I don't have nothing else to say. So for those of you who are tuning in, thank you. Continue to follow our lock journey as we go through these next 12 months. We're on month 2, 8 weeks and 5 days to be exact. You see how detailed I am about her journey, and that's because I'm on the journey too. But nonetheless, thank you to those of you who are following us. If you have any comments, please share them below. Don't forget to like this post and share it as well. This has been month 2 of this lock journey as we continue to utilize Locked and Loaded's 12-month journey journal to document this process and guide us through our conversation as we bring it live to you and going through these next, now we have 10 months. 10 months to go. Yes. So thank you all for your time. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you. And as always, remember to embrace your natural hair and celebrate your real roots with Real Roots Love and Real Roots Pride. We'll be back. Check out the stories for more content, and we're going to zoom in on this frizz so you can see. But we appreciate you. Thank you.